Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our December GME meeting. I understand that it's the week of Christmas, so I'll try and keep it as fast-paced as we possibly can. I understand that some of us have to leave early, so we acknowledge the Wadawurrung people and as traditional owners of the land, waterways and sky. We pay our respects to elders, past, present and emerging. We acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are part of the Greater Geelong community today. This meeting has been advertised as open to the public. The meeting will be closed to the public. We're considering confidential items. Committee members are advised that this is a hybrid meeting, both virtual and in-person attendance. The meeting is also being recorded and will be published on Council's website. Can I get a show of hands that everyone can see and hear me, please, online? Thank you. Beautiful. As per the Regulatory Legislation Amendment Reform Act 2022, the Local Government Act 2020, Part 12, can I please have a show of hands? Everyone can hear me, and inside they can hear me. Confirm that we have quorum. Section A, procedural matters. Apologies.
We have apologies from Peter Murray, Natalie Valentine, Shannon Gove and Kent Borman.
Declarations of interest?
None declared.
None. Confirmation of the minutes of October ordinary meeting. I'm going to move it into seconder. Trent and Robin.
They're both present.
Yep. Just having some technical issues there, as you can see. There we go.
These glasses are lovely, Teresa.
Too close.
Matters arising from the previous minutes, the previous meeting.
The matters arising. Nothing to report.
And correspondence.
Nil correspondence.
And no questions from the gallery. No questions? None? Okay. Section B reports.
Brendan and Robert do. Sorry.
That's all right. Budget update, please, Sharon.
Yes, the budget reflects the decisions made at the last ordinary meeting, which was October, which include the addition of the Great Australian Beer Festival, the Junior Basketball Championships, and the Victoria Open Golf.
We're getting a bit of vertigo from this camera. Does anyone know what it's doing? Oh, there we go.
There we go. That's what it's doing.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Perfect.
Perfect.
Sorry, Sharon.
No, thank you.
Camera's off again.
Oh, it's doing some
You
things.
might go back.
Razor, it's sensor based, so
You might go back.
a bit of try to follow the noise.
Okay.
There is. Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Nice. We are up to, sorry.
Budget update.
Budget update. Yes, you just did. Funding applications.
Thank you. Thank you. We have 3 funding applications this afternoon. I will start with item 8, 2023 WNBL Bendigo Spirit versus Southside Flyers at the Geelong Arena. So it's proposed that a WNBL game comes to Geelong. Bendigo Spirit will play a home game against Southside Flyers, who, if you're not aware, include in their lineup arguably Australia's most successful female basketball player, Lauren Jackson. Both teams include some of Australia's best in the game, including Australian Opals players. The match would be held at the Geelong Arena on a Saturday evening, and that weekend sits at the weekend prior to the hosting the under 16 Australian Junior Basketball and Ivy Birch Basketball Championships. So the recommendation is that we
that we consider in confidential. Yeah, do we want to do them on block or just?
we can talk. Okay, I'll talk to all 3 funding applications. The next funding application, item 9, is 2023 NRL Melbourne Storm versus Sydney Roosters trial match at GMHBA Stadium. So we have the opportunity to support Melbourne Storm as they bring their only home NRL trial match to Geelong at GMHBA Stadium on Sunday, 12th of February, which happens to be the Sunday after the basketball, the WNBL basketball I just referred to. So the Melbourne Storm is looking to secure looking to secure Geelong Major Events as a major sponsor for that match at GMHBA Stadium. And the third application, item 10, is the 2027 Asian Pacific Deaf Games. So Geelong has an opportunity to support a bid by Deaf Sport Australia to host the 2027 Asian Pacific Deaf Games. This multi-sport event is held each 4 years. It includes 10 to 12 days of competition across approximately 12 sports. And there is an opportunity to provide sponsorship to Deaf Sport Australia. My mouth isn't working tonight. Opportunity to provide support to Deaf Sport Australia to support that bid, which will be known sometime in 2023. If through the chair, if you're comfortable, we could move those applications as per the recommendation.
Thank you. Can I get a mover and a seconder, please, to move these into confidential? Brendan and Robin. Thank you. Funding evaluations. Please, Sharon, National.
Thank you. The item 11 is funding eval, the last funding eval for the previous financial year, the National Celtic Festival. 2022 National Celtic Festival was held after a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It returned to Port Arlington on the June long weekend, Friday 10th of June to Monday 13th of June. As the committee would know, the Celtic Festival is an annual event held in Port Arlington. It's been going for about 40 years, and the event bounced back, it's fair to say, with was a hugely successful event, attracting
18,330 people.
Yep, 19,000. 18,000 spectators for the 2022 event. So that compares to the 2019 last event, which was 19,000. So almost back to pre-COVID numbers, which was excellent. The majority of the spectators are non-local, which is great. Over 50% of those spectators are non-local, and so it brings a significant tourism inbound tourism into the region. The event achieved a number of its 2022 objectives, which were primarily to recover financially after a very difficult 2 years. Lots of lost income potential, as was the case with many events during the COVID period. They still, being that it was earlier this year, they were still operating under a COVID safe model, and rebuilding those relationships with the festival community, suppliers, volunteers and partners, rebuilding those audiences, and bringing them back to the festival, which they did. And so I'm happy to recommend the report to you.
I need a mover and a seconder to.
You do?
Yeah, I'll get a mover and a seconder, please. Oh, well, Trent and Gareth. Welcome, Councillor Quintel. Okay.
No idea where that sound's coming from.
Not coming from us. Anyway, Julie, is it? Is there a car to you, Julie? Is that what it was?
No, there's nothing, no.
Okay, we'll move on. We move on. Where are we up to? Section C, further business, date of the next ordinary meeting, Monday, the 20th of February, to be held here and online if need be. And I move a motions that pursuant to section 66(2)(a) the Local Government Act 2020, the meeting be closed to the public. I'm going to move it in a second, please, to close that. Brendan and Garrett, thank you. Sorry. Okay, I promise.